Good afternoon, everyone. This is Mary from Linbay Machinery. Today, I will introduce you a production line for making cable tray and tray cover. And this production line can make multi-sizes profiles too. And this is one of our formed cable tray. As we know, cable tray reforming machine is commonly used for cable management in commercial and industrial constructions. And also we are experienced not only in cable tray reforming machine, also other types of cable tray reforming machines like solid bottom cable tray, channel cable tray, tube cable tray, perforated or non-perforated cable tray, and also channel cable tray, and etc. Now, I will say the whole production line will include the decoiler, the leveler, and the servo feeder, the punch press, then the roll forming part, and the hydraulic cart, then the final out tables. Now let's have a look on it. So for each production line, we usually start with an uncoiler. Here, this is a hydraulic decoiler, which will have a separate hydraulic station for it to supply the power, and the decoiler is for supply the mill material for the whole production. And a hydraulic one, the biggest advantage of it is it can save us a lot of manpower cost, and also it can keep the machine working more smoothly and steadily. After that, you can see there is this is called the leveler. When the material used, the thickness of the material is over 1.5 millimeter, or the yield strength is over 300 MPa, a leveler will be necessarily needed. For it's a precision machine for eliminate the tension and the stress on the coil, and also for remove the crossbows on the surface of the coil. And this is an integrated leveler. It's different with a separated independent leveler. It requires smaller area, and it can be more affordable too. Okay, so after the hydraulic decoiler and the leveler, it's the servo feeder. It's to match the higher speed of the next punch system. It's very important when we have a yield production requirement or the production speed requirement. And the servo feeder, we will also equip it with a separate motor power and the PLC board to control the length and the speed and etc. data of it. And the punch press, you can see it's very big and it's very fast when it's working. Okay. Usually, the punch press system, the speed of it can be over like 40 to 60 times per minute, and the downforce pressure of it, every time it's pushed down, the pressure of it may be over 350 tons. And you can see there are several modes here. It's designed according to your profiles. And here you can see those holes on the coils. It's kind of complicated. And also, we will require the several modes of the punch press, and we can change the mode by one operators too. It's not very complicated. And also here we adopt a hydraulic press system too. You may be curious why we don't design all the punch profiles on the punch system mode. Why we still use the hydraulic punch? Because we will need it to punch the notches on it. Oh, you can see here. Here, this hydraulic punch is for punch the notch on the coil. If we design all the punch holes on one mode, the mode cost will be expensive too. in this way, we can save our customer more money too. It will be more cost effective. And also you can see there is a machine here. This is for press the reinforcement design on the side of the cable tree. This is a developing part, and this profile, the side height is not over 50 millimeters, so it's not used. It's not used. When the side height is over 50 millimeters, the reinforcement design will be necessarily needed. So this reinforcement machine is a key component of the whole production line too. So after the reinforcement machine, here comes our main roll forming part. You can see this double wall panel cantilever chain drive mode. Here, this is the chain. So the wall panel is always very popular. It's received well all around the world because the wall panel structure is cheap and very stable too. It's not very hard to manufacture and installation. And you can see several rods here, like inside. Maybe you can't see. You can see several rods here. It's also to increase the whole rigidity of the steel coil too. And then you can see the chain drive mode. So the chain drive mode is a very traditional supply power transmission mode. It has no elastic and skid to maintain the accurate transmission ratio, and also it's compacted structured. It can work in hard conditions too, like high temperature and oil pollution. Also, the chain drive mode, the manufacturer and the installation requirements is quite low too, which is favorable in this COVID-19 situation too. And then you can see the outer sides, both outer sides, there are rollers too. This is a host change design. So I said in the beginning of the video before, this production line can produce cable tray and the tray cover. So here, those rollers is for forming the cable tray, and the rollers on both sides, they are for making the tray covers. You just need to lift them up and change their positions, and then so you can see they can share most part of the line and making multi-sizes and multi-profiles. And also, I said before, this production line can make multi-sizes not only in height and also in width. So you can see there are several motors here and before. This is for control the rollers. You can change the data on the PLC board. Then the motor power will supply the power for the rollers. Then they can change the gap. They can change the gap between them each other. By this way, to have automatic size adjustment effect, not both on weight and height. And this is the final hydraulic part. This is a hydraulic station and the valve to supply the power of it. You can see it's a flying cart. It's equipped with a separated motor to supply the power of it. And also, a hydraulic cart can make the cutting service more smoother, more beautiful, and also very fast. Also, you can see there is a cutout here. It's also made at the same time by the hydraulic station, by the hydraulic cart. Then outcome is the out table, which is not showed in this video. And the length of the out table depends on your need. Okay, so this is one of our formed cable tree. You can see the punch hole. This design is for connecting with another cable tree. As the video showed before, the installation and the connection way is showed in the former video. And also you can see here, this is a solid bottom cable tree. You can turn off the punch press part and produce these kinds of profile too. So it's a multi-sizes production line. You can produce the profile according to your needs. And also you may be worried about the debug and the commission about the machine. There's no worry for that. We will debug the machine before leaving the factory and make sure it can produce in time when it arrives in your country. And the warranty time for you is 5 years for the motor, 2 years for the whole line, and a lifetime after sale service. If you are interested in our machine, please subscribe our channel for our further cooperation. We are always here for you. We will do the best